Boy, oh, killing me softly, and I'm still falling. Still the one I need. I will always be with you.
Hey YouTube, I am right now in Texas, over somewhere between Dallas and Houston. I am on my way. Right now I'm just delivering plastic goods. That's been my thing. I've been seeing though that a lot of the drivers, especially reefers, I've got friends that are actually dropping off reefer trailers to hospitals now. And then I saw Trucker Storm. He was at the place in Brooklyn where they were filling it up with bodies. And that right there, that's a little bit too much. That's a little too much for me. So I'm hoping I don't have to get into anything of that magnitude. But it's all part of the business. I mean, if you have your hazmat endorsement, dead bodies can be possible to be shipping and receiving. I'm just saying, I mean, it's going to end up, I mean, if they're dropping off empty trailers to put bodies in, it's not going to be unlikely, or it can't be too far-fetched, that it would be something that would be picked up and probably taken to a different facility. Especially if this gets too far out of hand. I mean, the morgues aren't that big. I mean, they're not designed for this magnitude of population death, just to be honest. So this is going to make people have to think out of the box when it comes to the way that they're going to treat bodies after they're dead. It is definitely making me more in tune with my mortality. It's sort of like going through a lot of these towns. It's most of the time I don't see the bigger cities. That's where you really see the traffic. But man, I've been making record time, like getting these loads back and forth, because we're not really dealing with a lot of traffic. It's not a lot of people out until you get to the bigger cities. Chicago didn't miss a beat. Atlanta ain't missing a beat. I'm actually in Texas. That was the most traffic I've seen since I left Chicago. So I'm assuming that the bigger cities are probably having a harder time getting everybody to stay in. People are finding more reasons to have to be out. More people, more reasons to be out. More people could be trying to go buy groceries or go to the doctor, or so the traffic is a little bit higher there than it is in some of the smaller countries and cities and countrysides and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm trying to stay on food loads and tissue loads, but I am finding myself picking up some odd stuff, medical beds, medical equipment, plastic caskets. Those were the weirdest ones that I picked up so far. But right now, I think I'm getting ready to take food. I think I'm bringing food into Oklahoma. Now, I don't know. I just know one thing I do notice though is for the most part, my health is pretty good until I get into Illinois. And I don't know if it's something going on in that area in Illinois or what, but I'm like, it's like I come down with this mild cold or this something like really aggravating my sinuses, my throat, things of that nature. And I don't know. And I've been in Illinois 3 times now, and all 3 times was the same old thing. And it only lasts 1 day. As soon as I get out, I nurse myself that day, and then I'm good, the next day. But I have noticed that it's something that's going on with that air in Illinois. The closer you are to Chicago, the worse it actually gets. So, y'all my kinfolks and y'all my friends and stuff like that that's in that Illinois, there's definitely something in that air in Illinois, because ever since I gotten out of Illinois, every time I come back in, I'm sick. I get sick. And I stayed sick when I was in Illinois. I was very sickly when I was in Illinois. And I got healthier once I got out of Illinois. But I noticed that every time I come back into Illinois, Chicago, not Illinois per se, but Chicago, I get sick again. So it is very interesting thing that I've, been playing around with. But yeah, y'all stay healthy. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay peaceful. Y'all ride it out. Please stay in. Take care of yourselves. Spend this time to, get yourself acclimated with your children. Correct behaviors. Use this time to correct the little behaviors that they may have, so that when they go back to school, these teachers don't have to really be dealing with this. Take the time to homeschool. It's not that hard, and it's just a little bit of time. And I mean, a parent teaching their child is a beautiful thing. So, take some time out and, spend a little time and teach your kid. Learn some hobbies, do some painting, music appreciation, and things of that nature. Get to know them. I think, like I say, this is a blessing and a curse. It's killing a lot of people, and that's sad, but the quarantine is actually, to me, is bringing people closer together, families closer together. So it's making people spend more time. And then some people are gravitating away from the TV because the media is giving them too much anxiety and depression and things like that. So people are starting to cut the TVs off some, which gives more game time, more family talking time and things of that nature. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that this was something that our culture had deviated away from, because, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, so, I ain't mad at that part. Not that part. That part I think is really good for the parent-child relationship and family relationships and, husband-wife relationships. They get to reconnect. There's going to be a lot of babies born the end of the year, beginning of 2021 around this time, because everybody's at home. So, love is definitely in the air and all of that. But no love from me. I'm too busy. But I'm going to try. a little harder to get a little love. You never know what might happen. Might happen. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, but I ain't gonna keep this too long. Y'all take care of yourselves. Keep yourselves healthy and wealthy and wise. Peace.